guys, welcome back to SMB Designs. Today I wanted to kind of start a new series with you. Um, this is a, by the way, my name is Stephanie. If you're new here, hello. If you've been here, hey, welcome back. This is a book that I started back when I started doing journaling, and it is a book of ideas, things that I saw people do or things that people sent me or that I did, things I wanted to remember how to do them. So all of them are in this book, and I thought it might be kind of a fun idea for us to go through and do a couple of these a week and see where we get. So let's see what we've got in here now. Okay, this is just a little bitty journaling notepad, but I guess I need to do one of those for you. It's a real simple thing. This was something that I was sent, and I liked it so much I didn't want to put it in. Let me get the bulb pin switched around. I didn't want to use it because I wanted to be able to remember and make it. And so this is a sleeve, and it is out of, I think it's glassine. Um, I have something similar, I'm sure. And then it has three bookmarks attached to it, which I don't think we really need three bookmarks attached to one. Um, so I am going to just do one bookmark to go in a sleeve, and then a couple of dangles and charms with a bulb pin. So I guess today those will be the two that we do. And I am working on a sewing themed journal, but you guys could do this with any journal that you're working on, and we could go through and make a bunch of goodies together. So let me get a few things together and we'll get started. Okay, I grabbed a few things and let's make our little booklet first. It is simply a page like this, folded in half and inked all around the edges. There are a few sheets in here. Let's see how many they did. One, two, three sheets is all that's in there, and it makes six double-sided pages. So, yeah, pretty good, huh? And all they did was take a staple and staple from the outside in on that dot. So surely we can do that. I just grabbed some scraps that I had. I don't need one quite as big as that one, so I thought I would try and make one out of some of this, maybe in a little bit different orientation. Not that one. Let's do this one. This one looks fun. So I was thinking, because why not? This is the size that my scrap is, so I will just make the whole booklet this size and open it up like this. So let me see where my corner rounder is. Oh, I got to move this. I've got stuff everywhere. Y'all would not believe the mess in here. Okay, here it is. So I'm going to use the large corner rounder. I'm going to do that on the front and the back. And ideally, you probably want to measure. But we all know I'm not a measurer. So we're going to wing it. Let's see, I need some ink. Let's use this ground espresso. I think that would be pretty with it. Where's my little brown dauber? There we go. Alright. It hardly won't show on this, which is okay. It just gives it a little bit of a hint of age there at the spine and stuff, so that's alright. I don't know if it's even worth going all the way around it, but I'm going to do it anyway. Maybe just in the lighter spots. I love this paper. This is from the haberdashery set from I think I got it at Hobby Lobby. It was on sale, half off, and I just thought it was perfect for this sewing journal. Okay, we need a little something something down here. Okay, so we've got that. Now I had some spare colored papers in my drawer, and I really don't think I'm gonna need all of them. I'm gonna cut them from all three of these, I think. So let me get my little cutter pulled up here, and I guess I probably need to open that thing. I'm gonna leave it on this end. It's backwards, I know. It's okay. It's okay. Everything is okay. Okay, so we got it like this, and we need to cut it this way because we want that length there. And we want it a little bit smaller, so I'm gonna cut it right about there. Yeah, right about that line right there. Not that I think that's straight or anything, because, I know it ain't, but right there. Okay, so let's see if we need to cut anything off of these once we fold them and put them in there. I love grungy papers. Y'all know this. Y'all know I love some grungy stuff. But I've decided it's too hard to work with some of this wrinkled stuff. That's pitiful, ain't it? That's when you know you're spoiled rotten. You're spoiled rotten to too many conveniences. Okay, so if I fold all those in half, I think I'm gonna put that on the outside. I like the colors in it. And that one can be on the inside. And let's see. Oh yeah, that'll be just fine. It's a little shorter than our booklet is, but that's okay. Nobody says it has to match up the length. But I am going to round all those little corners. Okay, let's get this rounder going on the large, because that's what we used on the other part. I hope y'all have a good day. Y'all having a good week. It's been all right around here on the farm. Right, that's one of them done. I have not put anything new in this in a long time. So if you have new wonderful ideas that I need to add to this book, please let me know about it in the comments. I will be glad to add it to it. Send me a little, what's it called? What is that called? A prototype. A prototype. Yes, that would be amazing. Okay, so I think that was pretty on that, like that. Okay, so now that we got that like we want it, and we know where our center little area is, we know that our things need to be right there. I might have this a little bit not where it's going to line up right. I don't know. We might have to do it towards the ends here. I don't think my stapler staples that right on the edge. Oh, I need a stapler that does though. Okay, that's close enough. That's close enough. If somebody's looking that close, they ain't your friend. That's for sure. I don't like how crooked that one was. But I'm gonna have to take that out. Yeah, I don't like that. Where's this little staple puller? This is it says it's a staple puller, so it by George is. I didn't know I had it in my drawer till the other day. I wonder if I could just kind of fold that up like that a little bit. Oh yes, that's much better. Much better. Look at that. All right, now we need to put a little decoration on it. That one didn't have any decoration, so we got to add something. Something on this little thing. How about we add I don't know, we got these letters. It's a washy kind of thing. It's kind of cool looking. I don't know that I'd want it there. Maybe all the way across here or all the way across there. Yes, across there on the ends. What is this sticky stuff on this thing? Oh, it had a piece of tape on it. It will still be fine. Okay. Lord have mercy. I'm having to relearn how to use my fingers with nails on them, and I don't think my hands like it too much. They gotta get used to it though, 'cause I like it. I think they're pretty. Oh, not supposed to poke all the way through. This is not. Okay, let's put this on there, all the way across the end, just like that. And it's just over that edge just a little bit. Hopefully it will stay down. If it doesn't, I may have to readjust it. But I was hoping it would kind of wrap around and touch each other, you know. We could wrap that little bitty bit around it. That's my thought. That is my thought. Okay. Okay, I can work with that. Now let's get this other one ready. Okay. Let's put that one on there. Just a little bit up, just like that other one. So they can overlap a little bit. Oh, that's a little too far down for that end. There we go. Just look more like a little spine that way. Yes. Okay. So there's the start of it. Now let's find. I know I've got some goodies somewhere that I can find some sewing stuff with. So hang on, let me grab them. Okay, so I found this card that I had made of buttons a while back, and I just used a piece of paper, punched a hole in the top, did some stamping, and stitched on 4 little old buttons. That's it, see? My machine actually stitched them on for me. It was pretty cool. I'd never used that feature. But I would like it to be on this card in like a little short pocket. So I think we need to add a little short pocket. What color do we need? I do want it to be a little bit sturdier than some of this is just like regular paperweight. Yeah, that's our paperweight. What is this? Oh, that's kind of fun. Or this end. I think I like this end. But I don't want the frame just on one end and not on the other. What if we wrapped it? No, because it won't come to the same distance, I guess. No, I'm not going to wrap it. I'm just going to cut a piece, and that's going to be what it is. That's it. Okay. We know it needs to be about right there. I'm going to go a little bit further over because we might have to cut some off that other end. And it's got to be definitely shorter. Yeah, we're going to cut this little bit off this end so I don't have lines just on one end. I wouldn't like that, lines just on one end. Okay, now I do like it going across the page like that, across the little book. My little page is still a little bit long, so I need to take a little bit off. Still, I still do. Okay, is that the right length? That is fine. That will be Jim Dandy. Okay, so now I need to cut it so that it is a shorter little deal. And I'm thinking about right there will be just right. So, yes, we will put a little curve on the end of both of those. Well, this end needs to be straight. That end needs to be curved to match what's going on there. Just to match what's going on there. Yeah, I think that will work. Of course, it covers up this. I don't think I like that too much. Wonder how stuck that is. Oh, it's not stuck. Not bad. It's washy. It's washy. Okay, let's get our glue. We will glue this up. Good old art. I do not have Bart anymore, I don't think. That is what 7 calls him. Bart is barely art glue, and art is art glitter glue. Okay, so then we put this down over it. Yeah, that's better. I don't think I like what's going on there with that little flop over thing though. So maybe I need to flop it over a little bit more. Or maybe I don't. Maybe I need to take it off. Maybe I need to take it off and decide where. Oh, I don't know if I could take it off that side. There we go. Yeah, I can. Okay. So do we want this anywhere? Do we want to put it on here? I think I'm just going to eliminate it. I like it better without it. Okay. So we got our little cute little friend button in here. And then we could put a little something else in there if we wanted to. Maybe let's make a little tag or something out of it. Something. Oh, this is cute. Yeah, we can make a little tag out of that. I think so. We just gotta straighten it up. Just straighten it up. That's all you got to do. Use up your scraps. Always use your scraps or you wind up with a big old box like I have. And you won't know what to do with all of them. Okay, we're going to straighten that part right there. Okay. I'm lining that up so I can get a straight line. There is our little tag. I'm gonna use this little cutter I got it. So we are memory keepers one. It just cuts like notches or corners on them. I think I probably need to use the little one. Let's start there and see. Oh, that was just real easy. No, that's not enough. I don't like that one. This don't do big enough. Oh, there we go. That's more like it. Okay. Oh, he's gonna be so cute. That's gonna be so cute. We need a little hole in the top. Just a little single hole. I know you're supposed to keep this thing on to catch stuff, but I ain't no good with that. I can't see with it like that. Okay, we need a little bit of a string in this one because he's going to be so cute up in there. Look at that. With a little dilly-dally hanging off. Okay, let me grab a string and we'll get it in there. Okay, this is going to be crafting for the colorblind advice, okay? I do not know what colors these woolly has in it. I think it's like browns or tans, and it's something else here. But does it matter? No, It does not matter. As long as it looks close, you're okay. Crafting should be therapy. It should not be stressful. If it is stressful, you need to find something else because it should never be stressful. That's my philosophy. I found a little piece of lace and then I found that little woolly and we are just going to pull it through. You just fold your stuff over and put the loop through so you can put your pieces through. Now I know some people already know this, but there could be beginners watching that do not know this. I mean, not all of us did not grow up in a, in a crafting environment. Now I did, but not everybody did. So I'm trying to make sure we talk to everybody. I don't know. Do I want to cut those off? Because I really like all the stuff hanging. I think it's kind of fun with it hanging. Maybe just a little bit on this side. Yeah, look at them woolies and lace. Woolies and lace. That's perfect. We just made our little journaling notepad. Very quick and very easy, guys. That was very good. Hopefully, that was really easy to you and you really enjoyed it. And now we are going to move on and make this little jewel. So the first thing we're going to do is make our bookmark part. Okay? We're going to make it first because our bag that we make will be determined by the size of our bookmark. And our size of our bookmark, I'm going to have it be determined by the scraps that I have left over. So we're going to use this one to make our little bookmark with. And how wide was this one? It doesn't look very wide. It is 1.5 inches wide. So that will work. We could do that. So 1.5 would be right there. Oh, but wait, I want the other side. So let me flip it around. 1.5. Right there. Right there. Yes, cut it. Cut it. Okay. So then we have our little 1.5 inch strip. Now we know this is too long, right? We definitely know that's too long. And you want to make sure whatever length you make it, it's going to fit in your book you're making, right? So let's see what length this one is. And we've got 7 inches. So let me get my book that I'm making and I need to measure and see if 7 inches is going to fit on there. I'm pretty sure it will, but this is just so you know, you do need to measure. Oh yeah, plenty of room. We got an extra whole inch and a piece on there. So 7 inches it is. And to do that, I want to keep this little part right here. It's kind of felted. I think it feels really nice. So I'm flipped it around so I can cut it here and get my 7 inches. Still, I'm going to keep that because you know what? We got things we got to put with this. I may not use it with this. I may use it with something else. I don't know. Okay, let's look at it. They are rounded corners. So let's do the rounded corners because I do like the rounded corners. I think I'm gonna try medium first. Yeah, medium's gonna be good on that one. This little corner rounder is so nice. I got mine on Amazon, but you can get them on Temu too, and they're pretty comparable pricing. They may be $1 or so cheaper on Temu even. Okay, so there's that. We do need a little hole, but I need to get my crocodile one because I want a little bit smaller hole than what my little hole punch does. But now if all you have is one little hole punch, that's what you do. You make it with one hole punch. You don't want to make it too far down because then your bulb pin and stuff won't be able to get in there good. Now I just eyeball this. Turn it up straight so you can see. There, I just eyeballed it and poked a hole. That's how easy that is. So This is really slick. I want to ink around mine because I like the inking. Make it look a little bit older and worn a little bit. Oh yeah. I'm so glad Jen told me I needed this ground espresso. It's wonderful. And this is a cardstock, like from a scrapbook pad. So it's not going to be extremely sturdy, but it doesn't have to be. If you want it to be, go for it. You can make it that way. Nobody says you can't, but just make sure that it's going to fit in your book. And you don't want things that are too bulky because every little piece that adds bulk makes your book fatter. And Lord help me, I'm always making my books too fat. And then you have to adjust your spine if you pre-made it. But it's smarter if you wait to make your cover and your spine until after the book is complete. Okay, isn't that cute? That's gonna be so cute. Now we need a couple of little dingle dangles here. Oh, I have a bulb pen. Let me grab one of them. Doo -doo. Do we want black? I think black would be cute. It would accent it very nicely. Let's grab that. So there's our bulb pen. These are very inexpensive. You can get them on Temu, you can get them on Amazon. Anywhere you want to get them, you can get them. Okay, so we need us a couple of little paper things to dangle on there and a couple of little charmy things. Okay, so let's see our paper things. I think I would like to have like words or something on one side and then the pretty on the other. So I'm going to make that. I'm going to make two like this, but one of them is just going to have like the words on one side. And yeah, that's not too thick. It's a little thick. I might cut it down a little bit. Yeah, let's cut it down just a little bit. As you can tell, I do not measure. I do not like to measure unless I absolutely have to. If I absolutely have to, I will. But it better be for a good reason. Okay. Oh, I know better than tearing that. Y'all don't watch what I do and think that's all right. It usually is. It usually is fine. Okay, I'm going to pick our word out before we cut that down. So I have some sewing themed words. I'm using a digital kit, and that is one that I created. It's over on Ko-fi if you're interested. And I made it very inexpensive. It is I think $6 for 44 pages. So have a gander if you have a moment. That would be awesome. I do have some freebies over there too that would be great for anyone just beginning. I'm just looking for my words. I got a stack of papers over here, y'all. Y'all just don't know. I have like this whole thing just spread out. But I freshly printed words on pretty paper. So I would be able to, you know, use my words. Oh my goodness, guys. My words are right here on my desk. I already pulled them out. How bad is that? Oh, yes, I think I like this one. I don't know, that one's pretty too. And it would give a little bit of color, but I really think it goes good with that one. So I'm going to do that one. Now, which word do we want on here? We've got stitchery, textile art. Let's do stitchery. I think that would be befitting. It's kind of a little bit lighter, so it would be a good end of it. All right. And make sure you're not going to cut your words and stuff when you cut it down, because sometimes you don't realize this is not straight. Make sure you got it straight and you'll be good. Don't want it that far over. So I'm thinking about right there. Oh, that's a little bit thick. So I just go back in and take another little slice. Or I could cut it. I'll just cut it and then use my scissors to cut a little bit thinner. And the reason I choose to do that instead of using this is because you cannot put this all the way down here, or this part, there's a plastic part that falls in it and moves it. But your lines, you can't get real lined up because you can't hold it and do this at the same time. For me, anyway. I don't know if you cared about that, but that's the reason I was doing it. Okay, we got our word stitchery. And definitely need to take some off of that. Totally just eyeballing it. And I think the side that I actually cut is not straight. But then again, you know, them eyes can be deceiving sometimes. Okay. Oh, I always do that right on the end. I get in a hurry and I cut and it's just not right. Okay. So we know we want it right on here. And I'm going to ink it so it gets some little wear on it. Okay, we know we're going to have to put a hole in it so it can go up in there. So when we glue it, we need to think about that. Okay, let me look at the back and make sure. Okay, it's all the same, so it doesn't matter where I put it. I am going to put it down a little bit. No, I put it about the middle. I was going to put it down a little bit, but then I thought I might not want to do that. So you could change your mind anytime you want to. That's why it's crafting. That's why it is therapy. Therapy is fun and good for you. It is not supposed to be stressful. If it is stressful, you don't need to do it. Okay, I'm going to trim that little bitty bit. I hope. I hope. If I ruin it, we'll just do another one. Oh, it did it. Good. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, I need to poke a hole down here, but I don't think that needs to be quite that long. I do want to round those corners though. So let me try the small. If it's too small, I can always take more. Nope, small is just right. You can always cut more off, but you can never put more. Well, I can't say that either. I was going to say you can't put more back on, but you can. It just don't look as good. Let me tell you that. Okay, so I'm going to use my same size hole punch that I used for the other one. No matter what size it was, you use that same one. Okay, there we go. Now I'm going to ink around the outside of this part. I always keep closing my ink up because you don't want your ink to dry out. And if you leave it open over all the time, it will eventually get dried out quicker than if you keep it closed up when you're not using it. Okay, yes, I like that. Okay, so we got those two pieces. And the other one on our little thing was just like a faux stamp. So let me look for that and I'll be right back. Okay, so I didn't find specifically a faux stamp, but I did find this that I had previously made, and I made a master board, and that's why it's pretty stiff. And we'll do a master board in one of our series so you guys can see what that is like. And then I just I glued a picture of a sewing machine on there and put the word handmade and stamped all over the back. And then these corners, all that is that little hole, single hole punch. I just cut a notch out of the corners, all four corners. That was it. That's all it was. So since that one's bigger, I would put it on the back side. And then that, we need a couple of charms. Now I know I have some sewing charms because my good friend sent me a little package, a bag full of sewing charms. And now you know I love y'all because I'm dumping out my stuff again. And it takes me forever to pick this up. Oh, I love them little scissors. And we have that cute little sewing machine. Let's do those. Those will work great. Those will be awesome. Okay. So open your little bulb pen. You're going to start by layering. You're going to layer your first one, your bookmark, then your larger of the two paper ones, then your smaller paper one, and then you're going to work on these little dingly dangle things. And since this one is wider, I'm going to do the scissors in the back because it's longer. You could do it however you wanted to. It really doesn't have to have both. Let's just look and see if I don't think I want both. I think both would be too much, but I do like the scissors on there. So I'm going to keep it with just one. And that, my friends, is our bookmark. So let's find our paper. Now, I don't know if I had exactly the right paper, but this is paper that I found in there. And I know from this that it's 1.5 inches wide and 7 inches long, right? So we need at least two of that. So 3 inches wide and 7 inches long. So maybe 3.5 just to be safe to start with. Make sure you're lined up all the way down your mat. Okay. And then I do want to put some stamps on it, so I'm going to use the not so slick side. But I think I want to put it together first, just so I know. Yeah, because we're too long on that, so I need to cut that down. And that is 7 is how long that is. We want it a little bit shorter, so I'm going to go 6 and I better not cut it yet because we got to fold it up some, right? So we want 1.5 inches in the middle. I don't like the measuring, so I'm going to put my little card right there. Fold it up. And thankfully, because I added that little bit of extra, there is a overlap. And that's where I'm going to glue everything together. So let's glue that piece first. And I do recommend taking this out so you don't glue it by accident. And I did not put the stick back in Art, so I'm not sure how much he's going to play with me. I'm going to have to get a pin and stick it in the top of it to open it back up. These little holes get like clogged really easy. Really easy. But you need that little size because, well, you want it to be tiny. You want a small bead of glue. You don't want like a bunch of glue. And we could have used double-sided tape here, and it probably would have even looked better because it wouldn't show here, like where the glue is. So if you have double-sided tape, I would try that first, and I'm just sliding my fingers down to make this good and flat. And I know we want it to come out like right about there. So I am going to slide it under here to cut it. And I'm going to give myself just a little bit of room there. And the reason I'm doing that is because we have to seal up the bottom. Now, how did they seal the bottom on this one? Yeah, they folded, it looks like. Yeah, okay. So we are going to adapt that a little bit. We are going to take a, you know what? We could use that same little punch so we're sure we get them exactly the same. And we're going to use that small side. Oh, it's not going to cut this very good. Well, if something doesn't cut very good and you need it to cut, you put something stronger behind it, and then it should cut, theoretically. Yep. Okay, so we're going to move it so the other side gets that same little cut. There we go. And now I'm going to take our two ends here, and if we folded the one up, then it would still be open because the other one couldn't do that. So I'm going to cut across one of them. I think the way they actually did it on that one is they pushed them in, but that just looks like a lot of work to me. So just cut out a little bit of the one that's closest to the fold, and then put your glue on there or your tape. If you have tape, you might want to leave it a little bit wider. If you do glue, you might want it a little bit wider too. This is kind of fiddly, not having it quite wide enough. But the whole thing is you're just sealing it up. So any way you prefer to seal it, just seal it up. You could stitch it if you wanted to. I do not want to, but you could. Okay, now we need to do some stamp or something on here. They had a stamp on that one, but I don't know if I want a stamp or if I want like washi or something. I know I want to grunge this up because it's a little bit too light for my taste. So we're going to open our good ink up. And I'm going to just use this other piece as a backing so I don't get it on anything else. Okay. Now, what you do to one side, you're going to need to do to the other side. All right. We have got that all kind of inked up there. Let's see if we can add a little bit extra to the sides. I don't think it's going to take extra. Just a little bit, but not much. Okay. So I do want something on it. So what do we want on it? We did stamps. I have these stamps. And they're really cool sewing stamps, but I think they're a little bit too wide for this. Oh, no, it might would just work. But that's the sewing machine, and it would be wide the wrong way. So here's the scissors. I have a dress form. Two would be fine. Two is an okay number. I know it messes with people when it's not even odd, doesn't it? It's okay. I like to mess with people. That's why it makes it fun. Oh, goodness. You do you, boo boo. Anything that makes you happy, you do it. That's why you're doing this. I am opening this ink. This is one that my friend Jen told me to try. It's VersaFine Clair Nocturne. And I was having a problem with my black that I had with the archival ink, and it just looked too blue for a black. So I decided I needed something else. I think I'm gonna put one at the bottom and one towards the top, and then like a little medallion or something in the middle. That would be cool. Oh, that stamp's so much better. Oh my gosh, that ink is so much nicer. Oh, I was stamping with the other and it was never this clear, ever. Ah, that's so pretty. Okay, let me find a little medallion stamp and I'll be right back. Okay, so we have a few options here. Let's just audition them. First, we have this one. It's kind of a flowery round medallion, which is not bad. Not bad. Okay, so that's one option. Then we have this little fleur-de-lis thing. It's a little bit too small, I think, surprisingly. We have this one. Oh, it's going to be too big. Yeah, it's too big. Too big. And we have a couple of little florally options. Wonder what this would be like just going across. Do we like that or do we prefer the medallion? Hmm. I think I like this going across. Something different. Yes, that's what we're going to do. So let me get a little stamping block. My stamping block is always dirty. Don't don't judge. Don't judge. Make sure when you put your stamp on there that you put it um how you know that it's going to be straight when you use it. I am bad about that, so I am making sure that mine is on there that way. And I think that's going to put us about middle right there. Oh, so pretty. It's going to be awesome on there. Now you will want to let this sit and dry really good, maybe overnight, because this slick stuff will wipe off if you don't let it dry fully. So that we will do. We will let it dry overnight. And guys, look what we made. Oh, I can't put this in. I'm going to ruin it. But I'll lay it over it like that. We made our little bookmark, our little sleeve, our little dangles and charms, and we made a really cool journaling booklet to put in in somewhere in our journal. So I hope you guys like this series. I'm just grabbing a couple at a time and we're going to do them and work them up and then we'll see where it leads us. So if you have any suggestions or you have anything you'd like us to add to the list, please let me know in the comments below. My email address is also in the description box. So if you wanted to email me something, that would be fine too. And I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching and don't give up. Just lay back, enjoy it. If it cuts crooked, it's crooked. It's okay, it's yours. Your first one's never going to be perfect. None of them are. They all are going to have imperfections, but they're yours. And they were your fun time, and you had a great time doing it. So that's the important part. We'll see you guys later. Bye.